boys and girls, it's Miss Cooper. I'm here to talk to you about elapsed time today. Elapsed time simply means the time in between when something started and when it finished. And that's the most important thing to remember about elapsed time. You're always going to have a start time, you're going to have an end time, and your job is to figure out the elapsed time. That means the time in between. So we're going to jump right in and see if we can solve this problem. So here we go. Here's our first question. It says, these clocks show the time that Adam left his house and the time he arrived at his grandmother's house. How long did it take him to get to his grandmother's house? Now, if we look, the start time is over here, and the start time is 3:05. And the time that he got to his grandmother's house is over here, and it is 4:15. So now we have our start and stop times. Our start time was 3:05. Our end time or stop time that he gets to grandma's house is 4:15. Now we just have to figure out, what is the elapsed time? How much time happened from the start to the end time? So to do that, we're going to think about some things in nature today. We're going to think about mountains and hills. In order to make a mountain, an hour has to pass. So if I had 3:05 and I wanted to say that another hour had passed and it had been an hour from 3:05, we know that we would have to add 1 hour to that. So instead of it being 3:05, now it would be 4:05. And I'm going to put a 1 here to represent 1 hour. Now, if I added another 1 to the hour side, it would be 5:05. Remember, my stop time is 4:15, so I don't want to add any more hours. I'm going to put that hour marker down for right now. So now we're going to add some hills, which equal minutes. Now, I know that I can add 5 minutes to this side, and when I do that, I know 5 plus 5 is 10, and then put my hours down. So in 5 minutes, I know that it will be 4:10. All right? Then I can add 5 more minutes to the minute side. And 0 plus 5 is 5. I bring that 1 down, my 2 dots, and now my hours, which is 4. So I've added another 5 minutes. And I have 4:15, which is our end time that he gets to grandma's house. So the last thing I have to do is add up my hours and minutes, and I can answer the question, how long did it take him to go from his house to his grandma's house? And we count our mountains first. It took 1 hour. I only have one mountain. So 1 hour. And let's count our minutes. 5, 10 minutes. So it took him 1 hour and 10 minutes to get to his grandma's house. All right, let's try this again with a different story. We're still going to be making our mountains and our hills. Remember, mountains are for hours. Hills are for minutes. I'm going to put my timeline back up here. And we're ready to go. Let's read the next story. So here's the next story. It says, Reagan went to Bailey's house to play at 9:20. Reagan left Bailey's house at 12:30. How long did they play at Bailey's house? So again, we have our start time is 9:20. So I'm going to put that over here. Our time that they stopped playing and she left her house was 12:30. All right. So I'm going to start with my hours, which is my mountains. So if I added 1 hour to the hour side, 9 plus 1 would be 10. So from 9:20 to 10:20 is 1 hour. Okay? Then I can add another hour here, right? If I add another 1 to the hour side, it's going to be 11:20. So I'm going to make another mountain, and I'm going to make it 11:20. And there's another hour. Now, I need to get to 12:30. Can I add another hour and not go past 12:30? If I add another hour here, I'm going to get 11 plus 1 is 12. It's going to be 12:20. And that's still not past 12:30, so I can add another mountain. So it's going to make it 12:20. Now, the last thing I want to do is add some hills. We could add just 5 more, but I know that from 20 to 30 is 10 minutes, especially if I can count by tens, right? 10, 20, 30. So I know from 10:20 to 10:30 is 10 minutes. So this time I'm going to make a hill that says 10, and it's going to be 12:30 when I add these 10 minutes. I'll even do that for you. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 1 is 3, and we bring our hour down. So now we are to our end time. So the last thing we have to do to figure out the elapsed time is start and count our mountains. 1, 2, 3 mountains. 3 mountains equals 3 hours. And we count our minutes. We only have one little minute hill that's worth 10 minutes. So the time it took from them playing when she first got to her house until she left was 3 hours and 10 minutes. You're going to do some practice today. I would suggest using your dry erase board and making a timeline, or using your notebook paper I gave you and making a timeline, and making your mountains for hours and your hills for minutes, and then adding those up. Good luck.